whichever way you can do it.
It is noted. I'll give a direction on that.
Thanks.
I think, Chief, again, can you probably summarize those responses and deliberate on this matter?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman and Honorable Committee members. It is painful to everybody and the people of Busia as to why there has been chronic underperformance on revenue collection. And as you are aware, some of us will be put on in these offices. We have made a deliberate that we must make a change, and we don't want to stick in the past. And if you can see the records and the measures we are putting in place, working very closely with the same system that has been demonized. From my experience, coming in, coming out, the system is as good as the people who operate it. So that's where we started from, by disabling all the POS, sending all those people who are disabling those equipment. It was not the service provider. Our officers were doing that. So we started with that, and then now we have configured afresh, and the results are outstanding. In 1 month, the difference is 45 million. When they were collecting 30 million, we have raised to 77 million. Where they collected 30 last month, we have raised to 86 million. That says that there is hope, and the trajectory we are taking with your support, with the measures we are putting in place, I've been inviting auditors. In my past experience, I used to write to auditors, come and auditors. One of their responsibilities was on risk management. If they knew other areas, they would tell us, improve on this, improve on that, so that we enhance revenue collection. We have put in a host of measures, and Busia has gone cashless. There is Busia Pay. We just click *640 card, and they will be able to pay invoice and pay a single business permit and even pay for parking fee. We are putting in a lot of measures to address the issues that rightly raised by the auditors. And I think even the system, Chief also will address you on the system, but working very closely with the system because their contract is running. Me, I'm not a defeatist. I summoned the provider, we sat with them, and he said, now you enter into this agreement. And we have to pay. This system has to work. Then we realized there was a clause as they were signing the agreement that they should have gone further and signed service level agreement, which details that there will be no downtime, that they cannot switch off the system, that when they switch off, they also incur some penalties. We have gone ahead and we have signed that now. So it also compares them to ensure that the system is run.
So you've signed the service agreement to what percentage?
Not the percentage. Chief will clarify our component. It was not the issue of percentage. The percentage is captured in the agreement, overall agreement of the 6%. But Honorable Chairman, this system, the way now we are configured, the way we are working with them, and the way we are offering service, I want to assure and confirm to this committee that we should be able to surpass even the target that was set. And then the moment we surpass the target within the target of even the 2 billion, you will realize that even the 6%, when we shall be renewing or enter into another service agreement with another firm, that one will come to review it at that stage. But currently, as we speak, the system, even right now, she says there's a dashboard, I have a dashboard, Chief has a dashboard. On my phone, I can tell which collection point is raising how much money. On our basis, real time, we are able to monitor even the officers wherever they are deployed, even those in Android. Even if they are not going on duty, we will know. If they are not operating, we will know at any time. And we are configured in such a way that they are not sharing the password. That was very chronic. that you have been given a password in POS, you give it somebody else now who's operating your POS equipment. That one will put to a stop.
How many people can access the server?
Chief will answer that.
I thought you see the system now.
I talked of the
It's transparent.
Yeah.
Transparent than the way it was applied before.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. It is now, as it is now, it's a bit transparent because I don't need to call the chief to know if there is an officer deployed in Malawi.
How many people have the right to the server? As CECM finance, you need to know.
Right now, I have the right, the governor has the right, and the chief of has the right.
And the direct revenue? So maybe you give us that clarification, because we should also go to give recommendation where we are trying to improve on that. Maybe in summary, chief.
I would say that we have a appendix that is service level and it's attached there. And if you want
Appendix?
it's appendix, yes, the second almost towards the end, it's called the service level agreement. Appendix 6. If you go,
If it's attached, just highlight the restriction which we move to the
it's uptime of 90.
Appendix 3, Appendix 6.
Appendix 6, yes.
Yes.
It's uptime of 99% uptime. And starts punishing the vendor when they go below that uptime. And then if you go to, Mheshimiwa Mwan was saying that somebody is holding a gun on my head to accept this system. But I would say that the people who did not want this system to work are one, the revenue staff who are now home, and because of that now the system is working. Now the next that do not want to see this system working are the health personnel. The health personnel. So it will not work as long as they post. So they must also go home, 90 days leave, so that to allow people who have no interest in the system to allow it to work. And
Maybe Chief, sorry for interruption. When I asked the question of 6%, you said that was in the initial contract,
yes,
but not of the service level agreement.
yes,
Can I draw your attention to paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second last paragraph.
yes,
It reads, Web Tribe is compensated at 6% of total revenue collected through Busia Pay and the integrated IFMIS, and the county requires clear performance standards, accountability mechanisms, and escalation procedures to ensure value for money.
yes.
Who is misleading who? Because I asked this very precisely,
Chairman, you're
because I was privy to the initial contract. Because you said it's a service level agreement, and you said it does not contain the 6%, and it's not answered.
Chair, Chair, you are the one misleading us.
But if you make
The contract agreement has a 6%. Service level agreement comes after the contract agreement.
but what am I reading?
No,
This document I'm reading is what you between Appendix 6.
Chair, what is not here is the contract agreement.
Just a moment. You're saying the 6% is not in the contract agreement, in the service level agreement.
It is in the contract agreement.
What is what I'm reading?
It's like having a provision in the Constitution and having the same provision in a law of parliament.
And that's what I'm saying. This particular paragraph is obligating the county government to comply in any of service delivery.
In compliance with the contract agreement.
That's what we are saying.
Yes.
And this is what we are saying is not value for money. That every 100 sheets you are collecting, you are giving double pay, 6 balls.
Yes.
And you are comfortable with it.
Yes.
Yes, honorable members, that is for you to digest. And I want to draw to your attention that the last audit query for the financial year ending 30 June 2024, this particular issue was flagged out, and the accounting attorney did say that he was not properly consulted on the inclusion of this clause in the accounting agreement. I'm just reading this because it is part of what you've given us as evidence, which the committee will go and look. And of course, we have a legal person here. Can you probably, his chief is saying, I'm wrong, I'm not a lawyer. We have a legal person. For the purpose of saying the record right, chief, equally with a lawyer. So we may be having some...
These are market regions.
But legal person, just for purpose of interpretation, let me conclude. Because it's a critical area. Because I like the previous audit also, so it's good to hear.
Service, sorry, Chair, let me just clarify something.
You are clarifying.
Yes, you know there is a 59 million that's constantly been referred to, okay? And there is a 29 million that was referred to under Ojambo 1. That one, we bought something that was not ours. The 59 million, we have bought our system, Busia. Now, negotiating the service agreement is where we were saying it could come down, but you can just Google the average service rate for systems in Kenya. You will get the average market rate.
That's right. Now, I'm just in the legal officer, but also to inform the department, Committee of Accounts went to website, we need website. We went to Port City, we were having a server as a committee. So we have done extensive research on matters of this system, together with any supporting information that is supposed to go to Busia. Legal officer, can you clear that section? Then allow the Auditor General to conclude. And legal officer, the contract and the service level agreement. I don't know if you have a copy of this. So that we be precise. Other issues we look at them when we go to report writing. Meanwhile, as they're looking for that, we look at the last query. Yes, yes, Honorable Coordinator. Proceed as I wait for that advice. Proceed.
Chair, I've listened keenly to the responses from management. But there is a very simple question and a direct question that they have not answered. And let me just go direct to the question. Do they have an ICT policy in place or not? Because, Chair, we are talking about server, password, access, percentages. All these things can only be solved by an ICT policy in place. And I'm sure, because if you look at the query, in fact, the first paragraph is on the ICT policy. So do they have it or not? If not, what are they planning to do? So that at least when we are doing the report, we must have something to say on the issue of the ICT policy. Because without that in place, Chair, I think we are just playing Sakamukut. Thank you.
Chief, I think Chief had indicated there is no policy. Can you probably confirm again? Yes, a moment, on answer?
We need to confirm with the ICT director. He's not here, he should have been here. So we'll then know if it's there or not, or if it's not there, it was it.
Director revenue is there, because this is the system that is working closely. Is it the policy there? I know Chief and Waziri are giving you a department, but we have our officers, Director Revenue.
Thank you, Chair. I met an issue that was brought, and we were in a communication with ICT.
You have the policy or not?
I haven't confirmed. Not sure.
Business system is supposed to help you doing discharge your duty and you don't know.
Yeah.
But you work in the same place because the ICT and the servers are in the same building, the same floor, and the revenue officers. How will you supervise? Okay. They don't have the policy. The other things we do as a committee. We cannot squeeze blood out of a stone. If it is not there, we will give a recommendation. Legal.
Honorable Chair, with your permission. Honorable Chair, with your permission.
I thought we just don't tell a guidance, then we do the last speech.
Yeah, as the legal officer is looking on the document, I wanted to refer.
Okay, proceed, Waziri.
I wanted to refer legal also to look at the scope of the service level agreement. It's also covered in the document. And the two, Honorable Chair, as I did indicate earlier, and I will still be pleading for the support of the Assembly, with your support. And now this system, from my point of view, the system which was made not to work, it is working. So
Who made it not to work?
I told you that the personnel who are disabling those equipment, yeah, they were the personnel. The people who are recruited, and they are not for your information, the chairman, the on record. They are not even job group J. 160 of them are the job group E, the lowest grade. They are the job group E, and they are support staff, the so-called revenue officers. We will also be bringing it to the Assembly to help us.
Please correct the board. The board is over here. One thing, you are alleging that our staff are the one who are sabotaging the system not to work. But when you go to the service level agreement, page 2, if you see the service provider, if you see the on-site support staff of the agreement, says technical personnel employed physically by website at the revenue the electorate to provide day-to-day operation support for the RMS and HMS. That means website has designated an official there to help the county director of revenue to operate the system. So at that point, how can our employees subordinate the system? Secondly, it's a hybrid support model, if you read the agreement. That means it's a shared operational arrangement involving county ICT, website on-site staff, and website banking support. So that was it, I think you are wrong with that. We cannot just claim that it's our staff that the ones sabotaging it, and the website are their own staff at the back end and at the director of revenue. legal, what the difference between a contract agreement between the company of Busia and the service provider, a website, and the service level agreement between the company of Busia and website. I'm not a lawyer. Yes, proceed. Legal.
Okay, thank you, Chair. I'll try to explain it in a layman's language. There's really not much of a difference. The only thing that the service level agreement does, it tries to be specific. It removes the vagueness in a contract and gives specifics, but it is just the same as what the contracts contain.
So it's like operationalizing the contract. So if it's operationalizing the contract, and our contention is the 6% growth, which we are saying, and as the auditors also flagged in the previous report of 2024, that was not fair, she was slightly lower. So I think that's something the committee will look in detail, review, and advise, but not to preempt what is there in the first report, but the committee has decided, and they have already looked into it, that provision was not favorable for Busia, the 6%. But seemingly is a concern that is fair. So we do also our research, if need be, and see what we can do. I think going forward, thanks Chief for the effort you're making to improve the revenues, together with the support team that you are getting. However, we say that we need to improve further. And those guys who are stealing your money, and you know them, and you're protecting them, or you're protecting them, bring the list forward, follow the due process, the board is here, recommend. If there can be deployed to do other services elsewhere, it's allowed in law. Or the appraisal be done, and the conduct suitability test. And also conduct lifestyle audit. Lifestyle audit conduct police officers. So I think with that recommendation that what we are going to do going forward, I want to direct the following in relation to this particular audit query. That the department proposes to give a status report of the revenue streams that are structured and unstructured. Structured and unstructured. Two, that can we get the report of revenue performance since the executive order number 2 of 2026 or 25. Then finally, also we need a measure the department is put in place, intelligence, that will be put in place to enhance revenue collection. That is, we will do that tomorrow to have a committee retreat for clarity. I think that being, the last one I think we do at a report writing, because of rate of time, this issue of single business permit register. It's also in a previous query. So if it's not been attached in this annex here, can we get a direct that copy of a single business register that is current be submitted tomorrow before close of business? Thank you. I want, just because of a bit of time, I want to give Wazir an opportunity to make your closing remarks as we embark on our last assignment. Yes, Wazir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman, Honorable Committee members. I just want huge various over 708 million. And yet, already programs have been brought out, contractors have been given what was done, that explains pending bills. But I want to assure this committee that we are determined with my team, chief officer, the director revenue, the support team, that for the first time, we want to hit our target and surpass the target as approved by this house, by this honorable house. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Waziri, for giving us hope. Once again, I still want to thank you on behalf of the committee, the chief officer and the revenue staff, the revenue, and His Excellency, the governor, for the efforts, the reforms they're trying to put in place to improve our own source revenue. Also, the service provider and the support team who are helping you improve on areas that you don't do well. As Assembly and as honorable members, we will support the initiative. Let's go full throttle to see that that is done. On terms of this report, we will give recommendations that are implementable, and we are praying that you will have the goodwill to implement. They will be tough, so let's be prepared to face them the way they are coming. Equally, we are not able to deliver on our mandate on service delivery because we are not able to reach our revenue targets. I don't know what is the figure now. Maybe if you put around 500, you have ambitions of 720 in the budget.
Yes, but
Can you do something? Even reach just 1 billion.
that's not fair.
Just 1 billion. The revenue resources we have not exploited, even approval building plans. People are building plans, building house every day, you are not collecting. Land rates, accrue area, you are not doing. If you are doing little, exploit those areas and see how, in addition to this area they flagged out here, you see that you are able to hit that target of 1 billion. And 1 billion, all of us will be two-term. Members here will be two-term with 1 billion. Yes, the government will be two-term. And of course, my president will be two-term. There being no other business, this sitting is adjourned. I think we don't move away. In the spirit of teamwork. Okay, you can have possibly a small. Yes, it's okay, it's allowed. The spirit of teamwork. You also learned something. I know Waziri, you had indicated you have an engagement. You can agree, but also can make